Hello, Rebel, and hello, REBBRL as well, and welcome to this. It's a preview for the REBBRL All-Stars Season 2, which is kicking off this week, I believe. It's going to be 3 divisions, and we've got some returning teams and some new blood into the All-Stars as well. And I'm joined for this preview by Kaosubaloo.
Hello.
There he is. Kaosubaloo, he's pretty much the champion of all of the losers cups, if I'm right.
I am the winningest loser. I have won 2 out of 3 loser cups that I've participated in. The one that I did not win is because I went to the not losers cup and then lost.
You meet this man in the losers cup of one day tournament and you are going to struggle. All right, let's dive straight in. So I guess we might as well start with Division A. Actually, I was saying just before that the final is currently going on as we're recording this for Season 1 with the Mercs versus the Fishmongers.
That is Ornan versus Kakengrad, I believe. And they're both human teams.
Human versus human, incredible.
Yep.
All right, so not all of the teams have accepted tickets at the moment, but thanks to the benevolent Mr. Squiggy, we are, I believe, both now competition commissioners, so we can just search for teams who aren't here. We'll do our best not to expel them, must be said. So here's Division 1, and we've got 4 teams who've accepted tickets at the moment. So I guess we might as well start with the Glory Hole Hunters and Uber the Nuber's Necromantic Effort.
That is Kellogg's, for those who don't know his in-game name. He is in REL. He's in one of the REL divisions I'm covering right now, actually.
He has a team that is very, very yellow. That is a bright kit.
Yeah, that's matches the season, that's for sure.
So I think this is a team that has come straight from the Spin League, as far as I can gather. I've certainly got no record of them. I don't think they were in... No, he was playing Nurgle in Season 1 of All-Stars. He was playing Pundle Wundle. So he's bringing a new Spin to Win team into the thing this time.
Well, new is one way to put it anyway. It looks like most of his games were played in Season 1 of the Spin League.
Yeah. So, it's a nice-looking team. We've got identical Flesh Golems. We've got Block, Mighty Blow, and Guard on all of those.
Yep.
Very nice.
There's a Agi 4, Blodge White, who does not have strong arms. Seems a bit of a waste, really.
Agi 4 is interesting because in fact, we don't have any ghouls on the team, is the next thing I've spotted. So clearly, Mr. Stefan the Stern is doing all the ball carrying on this team.
Yeah, no doubles on the werewolves, though, so I'm guessing they've probably done their fair share of carrying as well.
Yeah, he's going to want to get... He's currently sort of at the awkward halfway house between level 4 on Old Man River. Only 1 SPP needed to get Hugger the Furry up to level 4, and hopefully he'll be rolling that double for the Mighty Blow.
Yeah. And he does have a food arena in the stadium as well. Yeah, sandwich kiosk.
Yeah, there it is. So no throw a rock or get the ref. It's a level 3 stadium as well, so pretty big.
I think it's fair to say he's really been protecting his stadiums. Like, this is the first necromantic team I've looked at in a long time that has 2 healthy, well-developed flesh golems.
Yeah, I mean, normally you just find one sort of really good, and the other's just a rookie struggling to catch up to his mate.
Yeah. I'm not sure how it is in other leagues, but there is a rel curse where 1 flesh golem always dies.
I know Horny Cricket won the Super Bowl with 1 flesh golem. He just didn't bother replacing the other one. Overall record with the team is 13 wins, 7 draws, and 15 losses. So more losses than wins, but certainly developed quite nicely. We've inflicted 7 kills and 77 casualties across the team time.
Yep, that's like a pretty typical Spin team, I think.
Yeah, they look pretty good. We don't have a dirty player zombie, but we do have a kicker. So a dirty player might be on the menu soon if we can get a random Kaz on number 12, Virigard the Troublemaker, or if we can get an MVP somewhere.
Yep. I mean, it doesn't take much, and he definitely has plenty of zombies. I'd say I'd say he's definitely taken a few trophies from Finley.
Yeah, the two bottom zombies certainly look like they are potentially maybe dead elves. Got those weird sort of a million consonant names. Yeah, that's the Glory Hole Hunters, and this is their first. I guess it's their first proper competition that isn't the Spin League. Who else are in here? We've got Nurgle, Svarho, and the Chernobyl National Guard. Now, the Chernobyl National Guard did play in Season 1 of All-Stars, so they're back for more. They finished second in Division 3 last time around, but they actually, in the 5-game season, only won one match and drew 4 of them.
I mean, at least they didn't lose.
True, undefeated seasons. Not to be sniffed at. But I tell you what, the Nurgle Warriors are seriously lacking development on this team.
Mm-hmm. And looking at their play history, this was not a very well played team in. I mean, this is another Spin League team, but it only played 8 games in the Spin League, and it somehow won 5 of them. So,
The Pestigors are looking great. We've got 4 Pestigors, all of whom are leveled at least to level 2. There's Claw Mighty Blow, there's a Blodger, there's a Wrestler, and there's a Frenzy as a Surfing Threat. The Beast of Nurgle has Guard, which is fine. It's always that decision between Guard or Stand Firm on your Beast of Nurgle. Either's kind of fine. I guess Guard's useful when he hasn't got any. He's got literally 1 block, Nurgle Warrior, and then it's just rookies across the board.
yeah, I don't mind Guard here. Stand Firm is great on the Nurgle Warrior, but it's ideal when you have something other than just it to back it up.
Well, if he's going to roll, unless he rolls a double next, he's going to be taking Stand Firm as the next skill in
For sure.
2 casualties or an MVP's time.
So, speaking of the Pestigors, there's a Sacker here, there's a Blodger, there's a Surfer, and there's a Killer.
Yeah, so we got 1 on ball carrying duty, which is Elf Rakamshi, which is a horrible name. And then, yeah, it looks like, well, you can see the majority of the SPP, 41, and then the next best is 18 on the team. So, Warfagor does the vast majority of the blitzing work, you would imagine, and rightly so. Well,
I mean, it's almost a Palmer, so makes sense.
overall record with the team is 6 wins, 5 draws, and 2 losses. And as you were saying before, 4 of those draws were from All-Stars Season 1.
And 5 of those wins are from the Spin League.
Yeah, so he's doing pretty well with this Nurgle team in the Spin League, to be fair. So, and 120k in the bank as well. So if anything was to meet an untimely demise, pretty much guaranteed you'll be able to replace it. Once
again, no dirty players.
Again, yeah, you're right. 14-man roster means, well, plenty of players on the bench. If he wants to go for the fouling game, or if things happen to die, he's always got rotters on the bench to replace them. So should be an interesting team, this one. See how they go. Who's next? Undead. Regen heavy division, this one. Big Easy, TP, and the Dead Hand Gang. More yellow kits. So, thoughts on this?
Well, there's a Strength 6 Mummy, Strength 6 Block Mummy, which gives me nightmares
He
from
really does jump out at you, that thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does. There's also a Pylon White. So, if the Mummy doesn't get you, the White can.
Guard Stand Firm on the other White, I quite like, actually. Keep him in place. And then we have a Wrestle Tackle Ghoul. And an Agi-4 Ghoul, which is useful. Interesting, we didn't mention the other Mummy, which has gone for the break tackle approach as well.
I would almost prefer the break tackle on the plus strength Mummy, but you don't turn down a doubles.
Well, you don't turn down double 6 followed by another double for block.
Exactly.
I mean, that thing is a nice Mummy. The last Strength 6 Mummy I remember seeing was over in G-Man when Joxy had a Strength 6 Mummy that was eventually reduced to Strength 4 in its time. he eventually had to fire it at that point.
Yeah, two strength buffs on a plus strength mummy. That really hurts.
It really, really does. We do have 2 dirty players on this team to make up for the lack of dirty players elsewhere in the division.
Mm-hmm. So this team is definitely one that likes to foul, and it has a pretty average win-loss rate from its time in the spin leagues.
Well, right across the board, 5-5-5.
Mm-hmm.
So, did they play in the first season of this? It doesn't look like they did. So, it's a new All-Stars entry, this one.
That indeed.
Level 2. They've got a security gate, so Riot and Pitch Invasions are cancelled. So, it's another... it's half of the division here is regen teams. So, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, they're going to be fighting each other. And it's going to be down to who rolls the best regen, you would think. But another team with 120k in the bank as well.
Mm-hmm. So they are set to replace a player when they lose one as well. Although, depending on the player, it's still going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, you would probably want that Strength 6 block mummy to stick around if you could possibly help it.
Yeah, this team in particular definitely has some some players who really stand out ahead of the rest.
The break tackle on the mummy will be interesting. It does mean that it's technically a cage diving threat.
Yep, that's a 4+, I believe.
I think it is. Yeah, it's a 4+. So you basically, I mean, we had the super turbo mummy again over in G-Man, which had movement 5 break tackle. It was a damn nuisance.
5 movement on a mummy. Yeah, I can see how that would be a problem.
How do you deal with that? So you got to keep an eye on that break tackle. He could get you when you're not expecting it.
Mm-hmm. That he can.
All right, so it's definitely not regen. Are the Lords of Love?
Oh, hey, this is a high elf team,
And they are very, very brightly silver. And well, it's lit up like a Christmas tree in here. There's stat increases and stat busts across the board.
Well, only one stat bust, just a lineman. I can see keeping that. Keep the 12-player roster.
Yeah, he has dodge, so it keeps him alive a little bit longer.
Just stick him on the line duty.
2 Agi5, 1 on the thrower, and 1 on the blitzer. So the thrower we've got, as well as the obvious pass safe throw that he comes with. We've got Agi5, we've got dodge, and we have sure hands. So Major can pretty much just run in anywhere and pick that ball up on a 2+ with a reroll.
And yeah, this is just strong arms away from being able to pick up anywhere and then throw it anywhere.
Yeah, he has the pass skill and of course safe throw as well, which means that he can also, having run into the dangerous position to grab the ball, can fairly likely throw it out of said dangerous position as well. So you really want to keep an eye on Major. He can cause all sorts of shenanigans.
Mighty Blow on a catcher, which is not my favorite, but probably works out for him, and Mighty Blow on a blitzer, which definitely works out for him.
Yeah, we have 2 Mighty Blows, so we've kind of got we've got the standard Blodge Agi 5 Mighty Blow. But we've also got a sort of build your own blitzer here with block and Mighty Blow and movement as well. So we're also a 1-turn threat. He can do a bit of everything, can Lord.
That he... I feel like in this division, though, having an extra guard might have been more helpful for him than having the extra Mighty Blow.
Very possibly. It's going to be about avoidance rather than causing damage. He can maybe target some of the rotters or the zombies or the skeletons that are knocking around, but it's going to be tough to get through Nurgle warriors and mummies and things like that.
Of course, on the other hand, he has lots of blodge and dodge, which I don't think this division is too heavy on the tackle. So
it didn't look like it from what we were looking at before. This is another new All-Stars team. So I believe they're previously probably spin and win in the past. 9 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses in their time.
Yep, looks like it. 9, pretty much all from the Spin League as well.
Fan factor of 10, which is high. We've got no enhancement in the stadium. So home games Played in a regular old Blood Bowl stadium.
Which honestly may suit this team fine.
All right, so we need to search for the last couple of teams because they haven't accepted their tickets yet. So the first of those is Club C. And Club C is Alan or FedEx team. And Club C are a Chaos team, so more bash. And that Minotaur is jumping straight out. Big Kev. Look at him. Block, claw,
wow.
tentacles. Whoa.
Wow. That is the Minotaur everyone wishes they had.
That is nice. If he gets near you, you are not getting away in a hurry, are you? In fact, wow, this is kill chaos, isn't it? There is it's absolute mighty blow spam.
Almost 2 claw pummers. One of them has clearly been fouled a lot for his pain. A whole lot of mighty blow. Only 1 guard.
Well, literally 2/3 of the team has mighty blow. 8 out of the 12 players have that skill, so they're going to do some damage. As you said, Ginger Baz is battered and bruised, but can still pile on and claw.
And this is a team that played in Season 1.
Yes, it
is. They didn't do the best with a record of 1-1-3.
They were in the division with the finalists of Season 1, Fred's Fabled Fishmongers, and also Metal's team, the Green Bay Packmasters, were in there as well. This is a killy team. They are more losses than wins in the time. 6 wins, 7 draws, and 11 defeats. But been racking up the casualty counts in those games, and they don't have an enhancement either. But
they do have the level 2 stadium though, so they might pick up an enhancement for too much longer.
You're right. They may well do. No dirty players, but honestly, if you're going to kill everything before it hits the floor, then you don't really need one, do you?
That's true.
Tackle as well to deal with the elves.
Yeah, that stood out to me. 1 tackle, and it's not even on someone with mighty blow.
What a waste, right?
He's either gonna be neglected or level up really fast.
I'm also liking Big Mickey Jr., which suggests that Big Mickey's had a couple of deaths in his time.
Maybe I can check that. Well, if he has, then it did not happen in All-Stars.
There we go. The last team are Kakengrads, I believe, in Division 1. And Kakengrad is not bringing back Fred's Fabled Fishmongers.
No, I believe he is returning with a Skaven team.
It's Eric's Epidemic Entourage, because we love a bit of alliteration, apparently. It is Skaven, and it's again around the high 1600 mark. And holy smokes, that's an Agi 6 Wrestle Strip Ball. What are we doing with our lives right now?
Agi 6, I hope. Okay, I can't actually see this one right now. This is the one that has escaped my search powers.
You might need an apostrophe in Eric's Epidemic Entourage. I'll talk about the rest while you're getting that up. We've both Storm Vermin, our Claw, Mighty Blow piling on. That's fair enough.
I search Eric and I get no results. And I search Kakengrad and I only get his current team, the one from Season 1.
Okay. I wonder why that is. That's a strange one. I will plow on regardless. It's so the rest of the team. There's a Blodge guard got a runner. There's a Strength 3 Horns Blodge got a runner, and a rookie as well. Meningitis Mike is a lineman who's at level 4, and that's because he has kick, block, and guard. There is one dirty player, and then there is another block guard lineman who I believe was probably a journeyman back in the day because he has a default name.
Kakengrad is not one of those players who doesn't hire journeymen, I guess.
There you go, yeah. So they have a very good record. They have 12 wins, 7 draws, and 9 losses in time. They seem to be a spin and win league team because they're currently still in that league.
They might be from somewhere else, though.
Very possibly. They might have originally had an outing in another league, but it looks like they've been doing some time in spin and win. So it's basically 4 Bash teams and 2 Agi teams. Which way do you see this one going? Would you want to pick a winner from that lot?
Well, I don't like betting against the Bash, but considering that there's relatively little tackle, I think the agility teams could have the advantage here.
Yeah, I can see Cake and Grad doing well.
Cake and Grad in particular.
He's already in the final of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done great work with Skaven in Clan League as well. So he knows what he's doing, and I can see him surviving. Obviously, if he suddenly starts taking mass casualties to good players, then it's a different story. But across 5 games, I think I can see this team having enough to make it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And if Rel has taught me anything, it is that Skaven is the one team that will just never die against Bash.
Yeah, they'll just keep coming back for more. All right, so that's going to wrap up Division 1. Which I guess means we should move on to Division 2. Where
that would make logical sense.
It certainly would, wouldn't it? And all teams here have accepted their tickets. So well done, us.
Brilliant.
Guess who we're starting with? It's probably the most famous team, certainly the most famous Rebel team in the competition. And it's my team. The Bargain Boozers are back. And my God, have they been banged up in their time.
Never buy armor from the Bargain Boozers discount armor bin.
You're damn right. Look at the state of this. Okay, so I guess I should probably talk through my own team. We did 4 seasons in G-Man. 2 of those in G-Man 2 and then 2 of those in G-Man 1. Our best season was probably the first season in G-Man 1 where we were on the verge of qualifying for the playoffs and then had to face Sage and Gerber in the final 2 weeks and got minced. Then we went into the Open Invitational between season 5 and 6 and got minced again by Papanasti and his Orcs. And we never really recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Chang is pretty much an ideal dwarf blitzer.
Yeah, the only thing he's missing that would make him perfect is if he had dodge, I think.
Yeah, true, because you can knock him down.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, he has tackle, he has the strength 4, he has mighty blow, he has guard, and he has the stand firm. So he can do what he wants and what he needs to, really.
He really can.
Unfortunately, Perry Peroni is awful and has not managed to gain a single SPP yet in his time. So he is very much just fodder at the moment.
I mean, he's only played 4 matches. He's relatively young as far as this team is concerned.
True that. I guess this is the issue with dwarfs as well. When you've got all the mighty blow, you start blitzing with all of that and you ignore the rookies. So that blitzer is kind of getting left behind by the rest of the team.
That has certainly been my experience. New players and dwarves only get SPP quickly when you lose a whole lot of dwarves all at the same time.
Yeah. Speaking of losing a whole lot of dwarfs at the same time brings me to the Troll Slayers, because we finally have Mighty Blow on both Flying Dog, Snake Dog, and Newer Brewer. And there was a point during season 5, I believe it was, where I lost 3 Troll Slayers in 2 matches to death. And that hurt.
Yeah, that feels like really familiar to me, because I definitely lost both 2 Troll Slayers in 1 game. Myself, and that really sucked.
Yeah, we basically the good one had, you know, sort of mighty blow, tackle, and he didn't have piling on. He had something else, but he had a niggle, and then he got killed. And I basically said, well, he's niggled. I might just let him go here. And then the other rookie one died. Well, and I went, well, you know what? I should probably Apo this one because I need a Troll Slayer, and it was Apo dead into dead. Happy days.
Yep. Yep, that's what happens.
What else have we got? So we have there's only 3 players who have survived from the very, very start of this team. And those 3 players are Charlie Chang, Fraser Fosters, and Artois Mate. All of the others are new at various points.
I was half expecting Cara Carling to be on that list.
Carl Carling isn't an original, no. I believe he came in a bit later. Back in the day, we used to have like a guard sidestep Longbeard who would cause all sorts of trouble. Because, trust me, people forget when Longbeards have sidestep.
I should think so, yeah.
So the Longbeards we are doing our best to get more guards. There was a point last season where we were out-guarded by Bretonians, which was deeply embarrassing.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. I can't help but notice that you have as much AV8 on this team as you do AV9.
Yes, and we haven't quite got to the elephant in the room yet.
Oh yeah, the you must be talking about the runner who stole Elphia's dwarf from me.
Something like that, yeah. Well, there's two elephants in the room because we'll get to the other one shortly afterwards. But Thirsty Ferret is movement 7, agility 5. And he is nonsense, essentially. I'm learning how to use him, to be honest, because in 4 seasons, you don't often have agility 5 players on dwarf teams. So it took me a little bit of time to learn how to properly make the best use of Agi 5, because as a sort of bash-based coach, not something I'm used to.
Yeah, so I just want to point out quickly, this is a dwarf who has 124 yards passing.
Yes, he does.
I think he used to have an Agi 4 Blitzer, actually.
I used to have an Agi 4 Optimus. Optimus Prime was the original Optimus. And he had Agi 4. He was level 6. He had Agi 4. He never rolled a double in all of his time, which was incredibly irritating. But, he had to sort of fend, Agi 4, block, and those sorts of things. Sage killed him. So Optimus Squared is in his place now.
As Sage does, I suppose.
Yes.
So I believe that brings us to the other elephant in the room. You have a long beard with Dirty Player.
I do, yes. And if you delve a bit further into Terry Tennant.
And 2 niggles.
Yes. Terry Tennant doesn't have any knees. He is the team mascot who essentially I decided cannot be fired because he keeps morale up amongst the boys. He has 2 smashed knees and basically drags himself around the field. But you know what? We love him. We love Terry Tennant. He's become a bit of a hero. And I remember I was casting the game where Terry got his level, and there was a lot of love for Terry on that day. So I'm keeping Terry around. In terms of stadium enhancements, I have the Nuffle Altar, because when I was getting banged on and I was down TV in Division 1, I started playing Barrack Farblast Ball. And you know what? When you've got Agi 5, it ain't bad.
Makes sense to me. Plus, if you aren't playing Dwarf Ball, then you can foul people with a cannon.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun.
It really is.
Overall record with the team is 20 wins, 15 draws, and 23 defeats. And we've inflicted a mighty 17 kills in our time. A good half of those have come from Arto as mate, who has 8 kills in his time. He's a murderer, and he will get you. Anyway, enough about me. We need to move on to another old G-Man team. And it's Squiggy's Wood Elves. Would you believe it's Squiggy's playing Wood Elves? Who'd have thunk it?
I've never heard of it. No, I don't believe it.
We'll score for food. Now, this team I think this team were around way back in Season 3. Maybe Season 4. They were in G-Man Division 3, and Squiggy sent me a right old essay on this team. He said, some say they have a touch of halfling blood in them. Some say they're actually pro-elves, too proud to admit they're broke. All we know is they're called We'll Score for Food. And they did so with frightening regularity while they survived.
According to the model, they were told there would be snacks.
So this team once had a bit of a thing for doubles. They had 6 guard elves and a block tree.
They still have a block tree with multi-block, which I don't think he can actually use.
Yeah, it'll break the game. Fortunately, will multi-block. Previously had 6 guard elves. What he then said was the problem with having 6 guard elves is that none of them had dodge. So they all died. And basically, Will Score for Food ended up languishing in REBBRL, being used to hand out 2-0 admin concede wins, all for the price of a sandwich.
I mean, he does still have 2 guard elves, so clearly only 4 of them died.
Very, very true. Incredibly for Squiggy, he doesn't have an Agi 5 war dancer, which is something that is surprising.
He does have a movement 9 war dancer, though.
Very, very true.
And I think that's a Juggernaut war dancer.
Yeah, so the strip ball Juggernaut combo, incredibly potent. Because when you're blitzing, of course, you can apply that both down as a push. That push will apply a strip ball.
Yep. All it needs now is tackle. Although, having said that, I do think this is the lowest TV team we have yet looked at.
It might be, well, it'll be one of the lowest TV teams in the competition, mainly because they've hardly got any players. They've only got 9 players.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I know what the lowest TV team is, but it's definitely down there.
I think you would know that, and we will get to that. So the team's overall record is going to look fairly grim because they handed out a lot of conceded losses in their time.
Mm-hmm.
But their overall record in G-Man was 4-4-4.
Let's see. The Season 4 Div 3 says 3-8.
Well, I believe something might have... I think it's a computer issue might have meant that Squiggy ended up not.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. That's right. He missed like half of the season because his computer exploded.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, he's back. He's back with Will Score for Food for the REBBRL All-Stars. I'm looking forward to facing that team. Okay, moving on. Dark Elves. More things for me to hit. Yacind is bringing the mixed martial artists. Now, I believe there's a hell of a lot of backstory to this team.
Yeah, this is definitely a team from a league. Minors Season 2.
Yacind writes an entire series on this team.
He did too. I've definitely read some of those. They are great.
They really are good. And it's all about Rachel Rowdy Ruish. I believe I've pronounced that.
Yeah, which elf not named Daisy for a change?
Yeah, so we've got an Agi 3 Witch Elf, which is a bit of a shame. Don't know whether that'll be sticking around or whether that'll get a firing. But there are, again, only 9 players on this team.
It does have movement 8, so I'm guessing this might be the ball carrier.
Well, very possibly.
Which is still a little iffy with only Agi 3, admittedly.
It does make it tricky to pick the thing up.
Mm-hmm.
We have a movement 6 Mighty Blow tackle on the team. And then a couple of blodgers, one with guard, one with sure hands. Another blitzer who's on his way towards that. And then not many linemen at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the overall record with the team is good. It's 13 wins, it's 5 draws, it's 10 defeats. And I believe this is a team where Yacind, basically, right from the start, this team got murdered horribly.
But it is from minors, and I think he got, his minor record is 3 wins, 6 losses, but it looks to me like he still was in the round of 16. Like it says first versus 16th, so I'm not sure how the minor was structured at the time, but he clearly was in an elimination.
Yeah, well, he said it's the first elf team he ever played. It was the first team he ever played in the Rookie League. He started in college and he advanced into minors with this team. In their first ever match, they were crippled. So he was offered the opportunity to do a rebuild via the Angels of Lilith rule, but he declined that. And he said it was fun and really tough to play with so many loners, but miraculously in the playoffs, he made it.
I see. He actually played 2 different seasons with this team. And in the second season, he went 6-5-2.
There you go. He finished second last in the minors, unfortunately. But he had a good time in college with this team. And he said about Rachel, he says, she allows me too close to her, so she still accepts me as the coach, at least on paper, but she doesn't actually follow any advice. But she's pretty much the whole team. If Rachel dies, then the team's probably going to be abandoned. So you heard that here first, everyone. Kill that witch elf.
Well, she is certainly the star of the write-ups for this.
Yeah, very, very true. I mean, one player with an entire series devoted to them is worth a
Mm-hmm.
look. All right, next up are Necromantic and the Angry Cockroaches. It's more bright yellow Necro. And Misu's team have, well, they've got their doubles on werewolves, you might say.
Yep, that is the prototypical Mighty Blow Wolf, no pylon yet, and plus Strength Wolf.
Strength 4 werewolves, which are very popular in the REL, it must be said.
Mm-hmm.
This team might fit in over there.
This
Also,
is
yeah, I was just
pure
about to
spin.
say. I was just about to say Flesh Golem's unleveled. Other than one with block and a niggle, by the looks of things there, Frank Stoned. Smashed knee. So, Flesh Golem's prone to death on this team, it seems. What you were saying, is this all spin?
All spin.
All spin.
It's a lot of spin, though.
It is 9 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses, which isn't bad at all.
Actually, this kind of development in 18 games is pretty good.
Another RG4 white. It seems that what we do seem to have is lots of development on the werewolves, and then sort of bits and pieces across the rest of the team. The zombies are actually fairly well developed.
Yeah, there's a guard zombie, there's a plus strength zombie, there's a kicking zombie, and the other kind of kicking zombie.
There's also a ghoul down here, which I assumed was a zombie with blodge and sure hands at first, before reminding myself that that would be insane.
Yeah, I sort of did the same thing. Oh, is that a zombie with sure hands? No way, it has dodge. It must be a ghoul.
So one ghoul as well. Well, it looks like he's for ball carrying duties. They have the Magic Dome. So they get to play in a nice blue tinted stadium.
Yeah, I wonder if that complements his bright yellow color.
Very possibly. Yes, it'll be interesting to see how they go. That's a team that will be more difficult for my dwarfs to get through, presumably. Than they have no. They've got one tackle on the werewolf for dealing with the elf teams. So Seth Gecko is going to have a lot of work to do, but he is the Mighty Blow one, so the tackle's in the right place.
Yeah, that is true. Definitely positioned to murder some elves. Maybe not enough of them, though.
All right, next up is Kemri, and it's all Hylo's fault.
This team was definitely in Season 1 of All-Stars.
Yes, they were. They were in Division 1. They finished 5th out of 6 with a record of 1 win, 3 draws, and 1 defeat. And it's a hellishly developed Kemri. Really, really strong. Look at that Blitzra. Fireball multi-kill. With Mighty Blow, piling on, tackle, pro, and jump up. What more do you want from a Blitzra?
Dude, that's almost perfect.
That is a nice player, and I look forward to killing it.
Of course, there are four dirty player skeletons.
4 dirty players, because, you know...
One of them has Sneaky Git.
Oh, he does. He has a Sneaky Git. Oh, I'm a big fan of Sneaky Git. There we go. How often do you see a dirty player Sneaky Git skeleton?
Away from Gengar, not very often.
So 4 dirty players, because we can foul more than once per turn, probably. That's a Frenzy Guard Blitzra as well. And the Tomb Guardians, one of which has Blodge.
That gives me like flashbacks to Rel. Another one that has Block Mighty Blow, and another one that has Guard Mighty Blow.
But it is AV8, so it's a little bit squishy.
On a Tomb Guardian, though, that's honestly not the worst.
Not the worst, but if you can isolate it and start hitting it with Mighty Blow, Decay could cause all sorts of trouble.
I mean, to put it this way, and this is a rarity for me to say this, but I would prefer having minus AV to a Niggle on a Tomb Guardian.
Yeah, you keep him about until he dies. Because you can't save him if he dies anyway, so you keep him about until he dies. 2 Throw Rars as well, which is interesting because there's only 1 ball. So
one of them does have the magic plus agility, though.
RG3 sure hands, but he does seem to be a ball sacker, so he has a wrestle
Yeah.
tackle. But of course, carrying the ball with a wrestle player, it's awfully risky.
That's a little unfortunate. If this guy levels up, and he's the only Agi3 on the team, so I expect he will. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take like Hail Mary pass or else maybe dump off, like something so that he can carry the ball but get rid of it when he inevitably gets sacked.
Yeah, dump off might not be. I mean, you don't really want to be doing too much passing with Kemry, but something that will allow him to, if he ends up being wrestled to the floor, kind of want to choose where that ball is going. Dump off on a Kemry thrower would be interesting. I'd like to see it tried.
I'd love to see it just because it would be interesting.
Overall record with the team is 13 wins, a massive 16 draws. So put your money on the 1-1 when this team play.
Yeah. And this team also has a Magic Dome, which is Kemry, so it makes sense.
It's Kemry. You get a Magic Dome. All day of the week. Kemry in the rain is a nightmare. Right, the last team is Iron Master and the Bureau Rats. Or the Bureau Rats. I think it's Bureau Rats. I think it's a pun on bureaucrats.
I think it's that, or else it might be a pun on bueno.
I don't want to look at this team anymore.
Yeah, these are those are names, all right, but also those are some stat ups.
They have 2 natural one-turners.
And they have 2 Agi5 gutter runners.
One of which has big hand and sure hands.
Yeah, that feels like a bit of a waste. But I guess you don't turn down the plus agility on a gutter runner.
This team is making me rage. I must kill it. 2 natural one-turners, one of whom has catch. And, of course, the sure feet combo as well.
Yeah, all it's missing is 2 heads. Or, 2 heads.
Yeah, the magic double for 2 heads. He's a long way away from it being level 6. But, wow, I mean, how many players have they got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1 on the bench. It's all going to be about keeping that. He's going to want to keep that. George Booze Jr. is going to be kept to the sideline as long as he can. But it's about killing players to get him on the damn field.
Of course, almost all of the development is on the gutter runner. The only real development off of them is the 1-kick lineman and the 2 storm vermin.
Yeah, this is a nice team. 9 wins, 10 draws, and 6 defeats. So we could certainly see some ridiculous score-offs between the Wood Elves and the Dark Elves. The Bash teams are going to have some work to do.
You, as the only dwarf team in this division, you are going to have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, I am not going to be able to keep up with some of these players. So I am going to have a think about how to beat this team. But it is probably going to involve violence.
Yeah, I'd say that's a safe bet.
They're quite low on the team value as well. So they will probably also be getting inducements on top of all of that nonsense they've got.
Yep, that's rats for you. With development on nothing but gutter runners, their team value stays really low.
So, predictions. Who do we think is going to win this one? Or qualify for the playoffs on this one?
I mean, I was going to say someone else, but then I looked at this rat team.
Yeah. It's looking good for them, isn't it? Are they a spin to win team?
They are.
Yeah. So, yeah, we basically found a magic spin to win team and we're bringing it into the All-Star tournament.
That seems to be exactly what happened here.
I am plonking them in as the early favourites to win this division. The Kemry could go well just because they are very heavily developed. You can never rule out the Elves or the Dark Elves. My Dwarfs, I'd never back my Dwarfs to win a division. I'd never do that. But the RG5 runner could be silly enough.
I mean, honestly, if it wasn't the Bargain Boozers, I do think you'd have the team to do well here.
Yeah, it's the Bargain Boozers, though. They draw.
That's the thing.
So the Necro are probably got their work cut out more than anyone else here. They are the highest team value and probably the sort of worst developed team in terms of all of their skills are across all of the players, which is where the bloat's coming from. So Misu's going to have a tough ask to win this one. My money is probably on Ironmaster taking this division and qualifying for the playoffs.
I think I would have to agree, yeah.
All right. Finally. Division 3. 4 out of the 6 teams have accepted tickets there. And we will start with the High Elves, Unicorn Blitz. So Zuark not playing Wood Elves, playing High Elves instead. And, well, it's a Christmas tree again.
Yep. I think this team is actually from, it looks like, Season 1 Div 2. That must be Minor.
I think this might be Zuark's original college team.
Oh, no, it's All-Stars. So, yeah, this is just a spin league.
They did All-Stars last season.
No, Minors, right there. I didn't see it right away.
So they did Minors.
It's his original minor team.
Yeah, so you might have actually done college with this team all the way back in the day. And then moved on to minors as well. But they're looking good. Agi5 accurate strong arm means that's pretty much a 2+ to anywhere on the field.
Yep. That's exactly what that is.
That's essentially an accurate Hail Mary pass.
And 2 different Agi5 catchers to receive. One of which has strength 4, because of course it does.
Strength 4 Agi5 is not acceptable behavior.
Lodge and leap.
That is not acceptable behavior.
That's a nightmare.
We need to do something about that. I don't like that player. Someone has to kill him. That thing is horrible. This
is a better war dancer.
What is going? It is a war dancer with like troll genes.
With catch and strength and
God. Someone just if you get a wizard against this team, just do me a favor and just bolt him.
So I think we figured it out. He actually is playing Wood Elves because he has a strength 4 war dancer.
That being said, Unicorn Blitz did finish bottom of Division 2 last season with 3 defeats, so they are beatable, it seems. There's dodge across the rest of the team. In fact, only one player on the whole team doesn't have dodge. Ultimate Rainbow. But he's 1 SPP away from presumably getting a hold of that.
Yeah, that seems likely.
No stadium enhancement, and an incredible record of 11 wins, 11 draws, and 11 losses.
And worth mentioning, even though his TV looks low, it does have only 8 players.
Yeah, so he's going to be picking up 3 journeymen as well, but he's going to do. High elf journeymen are quite expensive, so he's going to be.
It will bring him up to 1,600 TV.
Yeah, he's going to be more in line with 130's team, which are the Moist Owlets. 130 playing Wood Elves. And
which is definitely a change for him, I think.
It is, yeah. We have 2 War Dancers. We have a Mighty Blow tackle sidestep War Dancer and a strip ball tackle War Dancer. We have a thrower who is a leader. We then have 4 linemen with dodge wrestle, dodge guard, and guard block, and a rookie as well. 2 catchers, one of whom has block and plus movement, the other of whom is a bit of a good player. He has wrestle, guard, sidestep, and dauntless. And then a tree.
This is okay. This is a team from the minors, and this catcher, if I didn't know that already, I would think so as soon as I saw this catcher. Because, like, it's weird, but it's not bad.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's like a combination of things. It's got wrestle dauntless, which is fair enough. But then the guard in there as well. And, of course, the sidestep, meaning that you could end up pushing him next to the ball carrier, where the War Dancer would then leap in on the next turn. So 4 guard on this Wood Elf team, which is about as much guard as my dwarfs have, which is kind of irritating. They don't have an enhancement either, and they have an incredible record of 16 wins, 3 draws, and 8 defeats. Good team.
And as I said, it's a minors team. He did not bad in the minors with this team. actually 7-2-4.
He hasn't played in All-Stars with this team yet, so they are new to All-Stars. So we will
No.
see how they go.
And this team's been sitting for a while. Actually, it has Spin League games, but not from Season 2 Spin League.
All right, more Khemri. Zeta and Ashes to Sand. So these guys did play in Season 1 of All-Stars, and they finished second in Division 1 with 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 defeats. Wow.
So there's an Agifor skeleton. There are 2 plus strength Tomb Guardian.
I have cast this team before, and I remember Kibui. The Agi4 skeleton. What are you doing?
It has Sure Hands too. This is like a build your own Throw-Ra, only it's better.
Yeah, that's how I described it. It was like a build your own Throw-Ra, except he's Agi4 and like kick off, return, and share. That's a phenomenal skeleton.
Which is good actually, because he doesn't have a real Throw-Ra.
Well, why would you bother when you've got him? Anher has Piling Arm Mighty Blow, but the other Blitz-Ra is a rookie. Then we have 2 Strength 6.
Yep. One of them has Break Tackle as well, so that's a 3+ Cage Dive.
Yes, it is. And of course, a Strength 6 block when you get there. So
then
all of that guard you brought into play, yeah, I'm just going to ignore that, mate. Not an issue at all.
Then the third one has Block as well.
Yeah, there's also... Well, he has Break Tackle too, just in case we were struggling and needed a 4+ Cage Dive. Or you could 4+ Guard. Like, you could genuinely 4+ Break Tackle in just to get some guard in there.
Yeah, I guess you want like a 3-die inside of a cage.
We're just getting silly at this point. Dirty Player Kicker, which is... it's an alright combo, but you kind of obviously don't want your kicker getting sent off, depending on the stage of the game you're at.
I mean, like that's the pretty common thing. Oh no, my dirty player has rolled too many MVPs. I guess I'll give them a kick.
Yeah, you got to keep it around, I guess.
It's not really my favorite, but on Khemri, they can definitely afford to not put him on the line of scrimmage.
True, very true. So overall record is 14 wins, 10 draws, and 8 defeats, which is kind of as good a record as we've seen. Alongside 130s there. So Ashes to Sand looking strong. Off the back of a good Season 1 as well. Right, okay. Elephant Room. Exploding Exposition. What are you doing?
Well, I just wanted to try out the polka dots, right? So
they are very spotty.
Yeah, no. My original plan was to play my team from the Huge Jackman.
Yes.
Which is also a goblin-based orc inducement team.
Yes. Is it the one where you keep inducing Ripper?
Yeah, well, I tried to keep inducing Ripper anyway. I didn't actually get Ripper for many games, but I still managed to win the Losers Cup. But no, I accidentally deleted that team because I thought I wouldn't play them again.
Okay.
So I decided, screw it. Let's go with a fresh Goblin team.
So we have a fresh Goblin team in the All-Stars. And they have a Fanatic Looney and a Bombardier. And they have a Pogoer. And then they have lots of Goblins and the usual Trolls. And you were going to be getting a lot of inducements.
Yeah, on average, I expect to get 800 in inducements.
It's a very similar situation to what my Halflings are facing in G-Man Division 3 at the moment. It's just more money than you even know what to do with.
And I am at 800 TV, so I can start off with the Nuffles Altar. And this team's actually has higher TV than I would normally build on a rookie Goblin team, to be honest. But I figure it's All-Stars, I can probably get away with it.
Well, with the teams you're up against, you're going to be getting the 3 bribes easily.
Exactly, right?
And then you're going to have cash to burn. You can probably bring Ripper into the establishment.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm going to have 3 bribes, Ripper, and a secret weapon of choice every game for sure. The question is what I'm going to do with the rest of the inducements.
Well, you can probably also pick up a wizard.
Or on a lot of games, I'm seriously looking at a Master Chef as well.
Oh my god, you're going to go the halfling route. I love it. 300k, let's just buy a chef. Incredible. Do that.
Could do Morg if I want, but honestly, I prefer Ripper.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting to see how rookie goblins get. It's a bit of a... I guess you probably had to apply for dispensation to get this team in. Because it's not technically played a game before. But it'll be fun.
I mean, you say that, but according to the rules as written, this is a legal team.
Well, that's good enough for me.
At least it was for this season. I don't think it will be.
Well, let's take advantage of a loophole while it's there.
Exactly.
So, rookie goblins coming into Division 3. Right, we've got 2 more teams that we're going to have to search for because tickets haven't been accepted. So, Ornan and the Mercenary Monster Slayers. Now, is Ornan currently playing this team in the final as we speak?
He is playing a human team in the final.
Human team.
Which, of course, is the only one I can see right now.
In fact,
no. This is the team he's playing in the finals.
This team literally just won the competition.
Oh, okay then. There we go.
Here are your reigning champions, guys. The Mercenary Monster Slayers literally just won All-Stars Season 1 with a 2-1 win over Fred's Fabled Fishmongers. And you can understand why.
Yeah, they only have 4 losses in their entire history. 27 wins.
Look at the ogre.
Yeah, that's. Are we sure that's an ogre and it's not like a tree?
I don't know. That is a good ogre. Wow, okay. That's everything Big Al dreams he is over in G-Man. Captain Ginyu is movement 8 at G4. So he is essentially the equivalent of John over in G-Man, who's the richest tease, incredibly weird thrower, blitzer, who runs around doing mad stuff. Go on.
This is like a really weird blitzer. It is at G4 and movement, but it's also blodger and has stand firm. It does everything.
He's just a jack of all trades, isn't he? We have Pip Bernadotte, who is our designated pommer, with Dauntless as well, which is an interesting choice for taking down those big guns. Good job he's in a division with 2 Strength 6 Tomb Guardians, eh? Make use of that. And then the linemen, lots of linemen, who've got various amounts of skills. We've got dirty players with kick, we've got tackle, we've got wrestle tackle ×2. Bit of guard around there as well. This is a nice team, and it is indeed. Where's the reigning champions? They've just won it.
Yeah, and from what I saw I saw the first half of that final match. He makes good use of those foulers as well.
Well, they have a referee rest area, so they get an extra bribe as well.
Yeah, that is a notice of intent if I've ever.
You're damn right. Wow. Okay. Scratch what I said about best records. 27 wins, 5 draws, and 4 defeats. With 19 inflicted kills. Okay, this team means business. And they will be coming to defend their trophy. My God. Are you going to put it past them? Are you going to put it past them winning this again? A monstrous team.
They definitely have decent odds, but on the bright side, I will get over 1,000 in inducement.
You can pretty much get another team for all that money.
Yeah, that's a... Wow.
All right, one more team to look at, and it is Afzors and the Denver Broncos, who I cannot find.
I cannot either.
So, because there is an apostrophe after Denver. I think. There they are. There's the Denver Broncos. Equal Fiesta, they're called in-game. And they have previous experience in leagues that I can't see. EUA. I wonder what EUA is. Is that some sort of college league, perhaps?
Yes, because in the last season of college, they did the divisions by region.
Okay, so there you go. It's a college team. It's fairly low on development, so they're going to have a tough time of it. They're going to have a tough old time of it. But they'll get a lot of inducements, so they'll be able to bring chainsaws to the party, which will be good fun. We've got a block and a guard, a Black Orc. We've got development on 3 of the Blitzers, including an Agi 4 one, which is handy. A Mighty Blow and a guard as well, and then a couple of block linemen too.
Well, I mean, sounds good. I once again, it won't show up in my search, so.
Well, that was pretty much it in terms of this team. They've got a level 1 stadium still. They've only got a total of 7 games in total in their career, which is presumably 1 college season. They may have even joined mid-season, I don't know. But it's 3 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses, which is a good record, to be fair.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It suggests that Fecal Fiesta / Afzors knows what he's doing. It might be a tough one for you because you won't get that much in the way of inducements.
What is the SPP again?
They're at 12-10.
12-10. Yeah, that's like only 400.
I know, right? What are you going to do with that?
I guess I'll just have to deal. I get no Master Chef that game.
No, right. But they're probably going to be getting in the region of 500, 600k against some of the teams. So it'll be interesting to see how the Broncos can do. It feels to me like if they could maybe pick up 1 or 2 wins, that would go down as a successful season. I think chances of them getting to the playoffs would require an incredible season. But I think if they could pick up 1 win, if they beat your Goblins and then they maybe beat one other side, I think you would put that down as a successful season and a good effort.
I mean, I'll put it down as a successful season if I have more if my losses are less than half of my total game.
I guess that's fair.
That would be a great season.
Yeah, I think both you and Afzors will be thinking the same thing. Very much playing uphill. But we will see how they go.
Having said that, I think the winner of this division will probably be either Zizeta or Ornan. I think they are the 2 favorites.
I think I am inclined to agree. Ornan's team is phenomenally monstrous. And the Khemri team is very, very good as well. Obviously, Elves can do elf things, and Zuark and 130 are both very, very good coaches. So this one is a very, very tricky division to call. You are going to be causing madness with your Goblins. If you can go 5 wins out of 5, I think that would be one of the best achievements in REBBRL or REBBRL that we've seen.
That would be amazing.
I think that would certainly be amazing.
Honestly, though, I think going 0-5-0 would be equally amazing.
All right, so I think we're pretty much done. I think that's it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So, would you want to go as far as predicting the winner of the whole thing? Who'll get at the end of the end of the playoffs and be the champion?
Well, that's a little hard to predict until we've seen a couple of games. I think Ornan is going to be in a good contender for taking it a second time in a row. If he can get out of the chaos, it's going to be Div 3. Because Div 3 is definitely going to be the most chaotically
very true
division. I also think though that which was the other one? I think Mr. Shady actually. Is that the one we said would win Div 1? Mr. Shady? I think so.
It might have been. There was it was Kakengrad with his Skaven.
Right.
With the Agi 6.
I knew it was the agility team. Yeah, I think he might have a good chance of taking the whole thing as well.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, we will wrap that up there. Best of luck to all coaches for the season, all 18 coaches who are entering the All-Stars pit for Season 2. And thank you very much to Kaosubaloo for joining me for this preview.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem at all. I believe the season kicks off on November the 8th. So there's only 4 teams waiting to accept tickets. So presumably that'll be done fairly soon.
And presumably one of those teams will be by the end of the day as well.
Yeah, you would think so. So yeah, good luck for the season, everyone. And yeah, we will wrap that up there. Have a good one.
Good day. Or night, wherever you are.